I won't take you to the stars. Use the metal for a boat and you won't sail too far. Stop sitting in the dark, stirring metal pots about. You will change your life forever when you figure out the secret PinCode. PinCode, 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 PinCode. Science can be tricky, it can overheat your brain. Science can be hard to chew, each bite can be a pain. Stop sitting in the dark, stirring metal pots about. You will change your life forever when you figure out the secret PinCode. PinCode, 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 the secret PinCode, 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 PinCode.
Oh, where am I? Is anybody here? Oh! What is all of this?
My mysterious friend. It appears you've mixed up your ups and downs.
And from where I stand, it looks like you've mixed them up, my friend.
It's entirely plausible. I admit I do have problems orienting myself in this space.
As do I. Therefore, I propose a compromise. Go ahead, then. Now that's much better. With whom do I have the honor of speaking?
I'm embarrassed to admit, but, I don't remember who I am. Your face does seem very familiar, though.
Well, that might be quite helpful, because I, too, have plumb forgotten my name as well.
Okay, all right, let me try to remember now. No, okay, I know, I've got it, it's Barry.
Exactly. And you? How could I forget? You're Olga.
Phenomenal. Barry.
Olga, my friend, what has happened to us and where are we?
It seems as though we've become the victims of some kind of experiment.
It does seem like that. If only we could know which one.
Let's try to reconstruct the events of what happened. Aha! IQ do you do? Forgive me if I sounded a little strange there. You probably don't know, after all, what IQ is, do you?
Wait. I don't want to alarm you, but I think the reality of your recollections is a little distorted. Surely our friends look a little different.
Yes, indeed. You probably don't know, after all, what IQ is, do you?
There you go. That's closer to the truth, I think. So what happened next?
Naturally, I thought it my duty to enlighten everyone present.
Well, yes, of course. Who wouldn't?
Some may say intelligence is worth more than gold. But if we more or less understand everything about gold, then what is intelligence? How do we measure it? How do we determine if someone is intelligent or, if you will, not very? Perhaps most simply would be that in most situations, an intelligent person understands what he needs to do. In Latin, understanding is translated as intellectus. So we could say that an intelligent person has a lot of intellect, and a dumb person, very little. In order to measure the amount of intellect, scientists created a test consisting of questions which require one to discern logical patterns and sequences of shapes. Having completed these tasks, it becomes possible to measure the amount of intellect one has. This is called your intelligence quotient, and is abbreviated as IQ. That having been said, the IQ test measures your cognitive abilities and not your actual level of knowledge, meaning that someone with a PhD has not an advantage in the test over an ordinary child, and may even have less intellect. Those with the most intellect are those who answer the greatest number of questions accurately and score the most points. A person with an average intellect scores around 100 points. The unintelligent, less than 70, and geniuses, over 130. I discovered one such IQ test in Spheroscope and decided to measure my own intellect. Guess how many points I scored? Ta-da! Oops. Sorry. Ta-da! That means on Earth, only 3% of the population is more intelligent than I am. How do you like that?
And I thought that one of the signs of great intellect was modesty.
Well, modesty is for those who don't score over 130 points.
Are you planning on waving those results around all the time now?
Certainly not. No, I'll hang them on this wall so everyone can see how smart I am.
My friend, measuring your smarts with a test is superficial and futile.
IQ tests have been established for decades, and those who criticize it are just people who are not capable of scoring more than 70 points.
Right. That's why yesterday you told us the results of another test showed your actual age was 16 years old.
Yes, that's because I'm young at heart. And instead of criticizing, maybe you should measure your own IQ, if you're willing to risk it, that is.
I'll risk it. Okay. No. Okay. Yes. Oh. Yep. Okay. Well, that was easy. Yep. There you go. No. Yep. There. Oh. No need to congratulate me. After all, I didn't even really need to think that much. Maybe someone else would like to try measuring his or her IQ as well.
It'd be better if I didn't remember that at all.
Well, I think it was very funny.
That's easy for you to say, my cheerful genius friend. Imagine how it feels being the most dim-witted member of the crew.
Well, we were playing a joke. It's easy to become a genius if you know all of the answers in advance.
Joke? It was a joke?
Absolutely. Admitted it knocked your self-righteousness down a little bit.
A little bit? In my grief, I burned all of my doctoral theses and resigned from all the scientific organizations I was a member of. And you're telling me it's a joke?
Maybe it was a bit cruel, but it did give you a very brilliant idea. Dare I say that it was a genius.
You're right. After all, an IQ of 130 is still an IQ of 130. In my free time, I thought a lot about it, and I've reached some definitive conclusions. It's time to stop dividing society based on the level of their intellect. It's inhumane and demeaning.
So what are you suggesting instead?
I suggest creating an artificial intelligence of increased genius. Compared to it, we will all look stupid, and it won't matter how many points you got on your IQ test.
It sounds tempting.
Yes, very tempting. No longer will we feel flawed, and will be helped by technology that digitalizes the brain. We often compare the brain with the work of a computer without realizing how accurate a comparison that is. It's so accurate that our intelligence can literally be recorded on a hard drive of a computer with all of our ideas, thoughts, and memories. If we examine the brain under a microscope, then we'll see an enormous amount of nerve cells. These nerve cells interact with each other like the components of a computer, exchanging impulses which transfer information. Our consciousness and reason are comprised of this. But how can we transfer this information into a computer? We need to more closely examine the principles of communication between nerve cells. Shorter nerve cell appendages collect information from neighboring cells, and impulses leave to other cells along the long appendages. At the same time, the cells themselves can be in one of two conditions, on or off. Impulses from some cells turn other cells on, and from others, off. If we assign cells that are on with a 1 and those that are off with the 0, we can record the cells' actions using binary code and create a program for their interaction on a computer. It's amazing, isn't it?
It's nothing but miraculous.
Well, of course you're asking, how can we collect information about all the brain cells? After all, there are billions of them.
Indeed, how would it be possible?
I learned of a method from Spheroscope. In the future, digitalizing our conscious becomes an easy task. All that we need to do is record copies of our brain and combine them into one intellect.
Yes, yes, excellent. Wait, what?
That's the last thing I remember, but it doesn't explain how we got here and what this place is.
Well, it's not clear. We're only digital copies of our real selves, and we're located on a hard drive of a computer.
Phenomenal. You and I are artificial intelligence.
Oh, and we'll be eternally mulling about in this digital dump. How can we get out of here, smarty pants?
I read that in the future, they learn to create artificial bodies for the digital brains.
And how long do we need to wait?
Oh, do you want to play the name game with cities?
Los Angeles.
Stockholm.
Metropolis.
I don't think that's actually a real city.
Then Mars.
Sirius.
Smallville.
It's possible. Some of the recollections were not recorded in full or were damaged during digitalization. But in general, I think the experiment went very well.
So how's our digitalized superbrain doing?
Honestly, I'm not exactly sure what it's doing right now.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it's too much of a genius, does it?
Where'd you go? I'm Super Chick. Take that, take that. Where are you going? Where are you going? Take that. Take that. Ha ha ha! That's it. Gotcha, Spheronoid. I got you, Spheronoid.
Oh. Gotcha, Spheronoid. I got you, Spheronoid.
How did you manage to do this? Playing on the ship's computer. It wouldn't even be so bad if it were an intelligent game like chess, for example. But pretending to be some space guardian to save the ship from evil Spheronoids, it's just silly.
Maybe you just have to turn it off and turn it on again.
Under no circumstances. The ship's computer manages the flow of air and other critical life support systems. We cannot turn off the power.
Well, in that case, let me help you, fix it.
Are you any good with computers?
No.
Then please don't distract me, my impudent game-playing little friend.
Attention, a Spheronoid has been discovered on board.
Now, what kind of glitch, pardon me, is that?
Activating Space Guardian.
I thought I asked you not to bother me. Why are you wearing a spacesuit?
Gotcha, Spheronoid.
Today's average temperature is -20. Atmosphere.
Chico! Listen, the computer has gone bonkers. You're in danger. They got me. You're our only hope now. Fix the computer.
But I don't know how to fix it.
With the help of future technology, I will transfer my abilities to you. The brain is responsible for all our actions. For example, when I play badminton, the brain cells responsible for this skill are active. And when I use a computer, other ones become active. So now, let's imagine that I want to pass on my knowledge of working on computers to you. The traditional method would be very long lectures where I explain and show you how it works. But there is another way to educate your brain directly. In order for this method to work, we first need to determine which neurons in my brain are responsible for this given ability. To do this, we'll need an electroencephalogram, or an EEG. Every neuron in our brain is like a small battery. To see this, all we need to do is insert a microelectrode into the cell and measure the voltage with a voltmeter. When the cell is inactive, its voltage doesn't change and is consistent throughout, near minus 0.07 kilovolts. But as soon as the cell is active and begins working, or as scientists say, is stimulated, the cell's battery voltage changes entirely. Along its longest appendage, the axon, an electric impulse travels at the speed of 100 meters per second to other nerve cells. Hey, wake up! Something's happened. This electric impulse is called a neural impulse. In order to see how the brain works, we can't possibly insert electrodes into every nerve cell. There are billions of them after all. In order to do this, they attach around 10 electrodes to the head and measure the voltage between them, which is called an electroencephalogram, or for short, an EEG. The first EEG was produced by Russian scientist Vladimir Pavlovich Neminsky in 1913. With the help of an EEG, we can see which parts of the brain are responsible for computer skills.
But how will we connect you to this thing?
For that, there is no need, my friend. Not long ago, I already made an EEG of my brain and uploaded its data about my skills to Spheroscope. For my descendants, you could say. I'm confident that Spheroscope can transfer these skills to you. It's located in my cabin. Get to Spheroscope and...
Doco?
Gotcha, Spheronoid. Gotcha, Spheronoid. Gotcha, Spheronoid. Gotcha, Spheronoid.
Spheroscope. Spheroscope. Doco said that you can transfer his skills to me.
Welcome, user. You have put on the skills transfer device. Origin carrier, user Doco. Please select skill.
Repairing computers.
Skill located. Listen to the instructions.
Instructions?
In order to transfer the skills to you, it will be necessary to stimulate the cells of your brain. This operation will be conducted with the use of electricity.
Electricity? Nobody told me about this.
This is called electrical stimulation. A short interval pulse of electrical current activates the nerve cell. At first, the thickest part of the nerve cell, the cytosome, activates, from which the stimulation quickly spreads along the longest appendage, the axon.
Stop! Are you going to put batteries into my brain?
Incorrect. In order to stimulate the neurons deep in your brain, an electromagnetic impulse is used. Attention! In order to preserve the skill, please do not remove the device under any circumstances. Loading commences in 3, 2, 1.
Gotcha, Spheronoid.
He's over there, Spheronoid.
Gotcha, Spheronoid. Gotcha, Spheronoid. Gotcha, Spheronoid.
Chico?
Gotcha, Spheronoid.
It's as thick as pea soup.
Chico! Chico! My friend! You need to get to the computer!
Nap job.
Warning, a Spheronoid has been detected on the bridge. A Spheronoid is on the bridge.
Ah, okay, I see. The circuit board is fried. Connect these transistors. Well, that should do it.
Gotcha,
Let me go, you
Spheronoid.
scrap heap! Doko, what should I do with this green thing?
Insert the interface panel into the right slot.
Insert into a slot? Insert the board into the slot? What does that mean?
Gotcha, Spheronoid.
Gotcha, Spheronoid. Gotcha, Spheronoid.
Oh. A very wise decision. All these shooter games can't teach you anything except violence. Come join us instead. Your turn, my empty friend.
Gotcha, Spheronoid.
What a beautiful night.
Yes, it's great to be out here. Just us.
Wally? Wally? What's going on? Talk to me! Wally! Come on, Wally! Hey!
All right, listen up. I know we're all worried about our friend's health, but we'll get to the bottom of this. We will find whatever is ailing our dear Wally, and we will vanquish it with force. Rosa, what are your observations from yesterday?
Let me see. I remember, he sneezed.
Groundbreaking. That's all we need to know, and we can all go home. Sneezing is common and probably means nothing, but at least it's a start. How do you spell achoo? Now, are there any other suggestions?
I remember, he wouldn't eat his soup. And after all, I made it, so it had to be delicious. But he didn't have a single spoonful.
I see. Loss of appetite is a symptom.
One other thing. He fell down a flight of stairs. More like bounced.
Loss of coordination. This could be something serious.
I promise I feel fine. Really, so, I'll just be going then. All good.
Nonsense, you! You're clearly delirious and in need of bed rest. We may not have medical degrees, but we have our creativity. This machine looks like a bunch of toys.
Wow.
There's a skeleton inside him!
Well, of course there is. It's right where it's supposed to be. We don't know what's wrong with him yet, but it could be a number of things. You see, Rosa, when we get sick, there's a battle that goes on inside our bodies.
Battle?
White blood cells against the sickness.
Our bodies are like complex machines, with each organ doing a different job. But viruses are sneaky little infectious agents who try to stop our organs from doing their jobs properly, and that can really knock things out of whack. Luckily, we've got leukocytes, or white blood cells, who help us out. We have millions of white blood cells in our bodies, and they all work together to stop those pesky viruses from messing up our organs. So they keep our bodies working just as they should. Business as usual.
So, if the body is a machine, then any machine can be fixed.
Yes, but not quite. Organisms are more complex than, say, a washing machine.
That's right. And we can use one type of medicine that machines can't, 'cause we can use empathy.
Is that like reading minds?
Empathy is our ability to understand what someone else is feeling. When we imagine ourselves in someone else's position, it can help us know what they're going through and how we can better help them. Doctors and inventors can use empathy to try to improve someone's situation by coming up with a creative solution.
So we're supposed to use empathy to think we're Wally's white blood cells?
Hey, that's not a bad idea. Give me 1 second. These white blood cells travel through the bloodstream alongside red blood cells, speeding down the superhighway of our bodies to get to where they're needed.
Oh!
Where are we going? And what happens if us white blood cells get motion sickness?
Don't worry, the body knows just where to send you. When blood moves to each different organ, the cells are carried to that nasty virus where they do their job and start attacking it.
Stop! We get it! We just need to make Wally's blood move faster. If we do that, his white blood cells can get to the virus faster.
Good idea, Pin. To speed things up, we'll just need to increase his heart rate with exercise. Fitness really is important. I should do it more. Lately, I've been feeling a little round. But anyway, I'm sure this is the ticket to curing poor Wally.
Why are those numbers going up? Just give me medicine.
Ouch! That empathy's giving me a sore tuchus.
My special recipe will help. And while you enjoy this, I'll tell you the story of how I rearranged my shoe closet.
Actually, you know what? I'll just have a shot.
So, how is our patient feeling today? Are you ready for new treatments?
100%. No more treatments. I'm perfectly healthy, I tell you.
Come back to the ship, Wally. We're just trying to help you. If you come back to the ship, I promise we won't make you do any more exercise.
Was it something I said?
Probably.
Oh, no. Empathy. Pickle sandwiches. No. Get that treadmill away from me.
He's just gotten worse. Medicine didn't help, and those leukocyte guys aren't pulling their weight either. I wonder if there's anything else we can possibly do to help him.
Like what, then?
Let's think. I am a tiny white blood cell being overpowered by bacteria. What would help me out? You know, maybe I could use some help from someone who's better at my job than I am. Someone stronger and smarter, like a tiny Carlin on a microscopic level. If only we can invent something kind of like that.
But how could we possibly use something so tiny? It would have to be the same size as a virus. We're talking itty-nano sizes here. I mean, I don't even know how we'd see it with a microscope. They don't just sell things like that, do they, Carlin?
Well, if they don't sell it, we'll have to make it ourselves.
But...
You out of your mind? You'd have to make so many to fight one virus. At least 1,000 of these tiny things. It's impossible. Impossible? Pin, how can you say that when you have a robot doing your chores? I have my limits.
That's it! We can make tiny robots to go in and fight the virus. Robots make fewer mistakes and are more precise than us.
The concept of nanorobots or microscopic robots is one that hasn't yet truly been invented. Right now, it's still just an idea. But once it's a reality, it will revolutionize medicine and bring us into the future. One idea is that these robots can make smaller versions of themselves, who in turn make a smaller version of that, and another one, and another, until their copies are at the teeniest level. Eventually, we'll be able to produce hundreds, maybe even thousands of tiny nanobots that can help our bodies fight off diseases. Maybe they'll end up putting these tiny bots into a vaccine.
Great work! Now all we have to do is get this into Wally.
Listen up. On this fine day, we finally discharge our good friend and favorite patient, Wally. With everyone's help, but mostly my ideas, Wally leaves here healthy. Wally, take care of yourself.
Thank you. And you, Carlin.
No.
Oh, man. I forgot about a thing I have to do. Thanks. Bye!
Don't worry. The nanobots will take care of him. He'll be fine. To us. achieving yet another glorious breakthrough in the fields of science and technology that didn't result in any explosions. You're welcome.
Nanobots are great. Just think of the possibilities. They could be used almost anywhere, from medicine to building things.
Just one last thing. All these nanorobots won't harm Wally if they're in his body for too long, or will they?
No, I wouldn't worry, but I wouldn't overuse them either. We wouldn't want to spoil the white blood cells, now would we?
Sweet icebergs! I forgot!
Wally? Wally? What's going on? Talk to me! Wally! Come on, Wally! Hey!
Oh, good day, my captive audience. This is the first of my video logs that I start today. I'll use these to remember a lot, since I always forget to write things down in a notebook. The purpose of these is to document all the adventures we've had over the past couple of months. All the dangers we experienced in a rickety old spaceship.
Old? Excuse you. I'm barely 10.
Huh? Oh, it's you. How did you even track me down? I'm so glad you could join me and help me make these videos.
Thought you could just leave me in the garage, huh? Well, maybe that's how you treat your old refrigerators. But I'm a prime piece of intergalactic machinery and expect to be treated as such.
That's what I get for installing SAS.
I'm sure it's just your small, primitive avian mind that left me all alone and that you simply forgot. Let's just go with that. Lucky for you, I'm here to help remember your adventures. I was there too, after all.
Oh, fine. Adventures began for us just before we went into outer space. We learned about environmental science right inside our own village. It started, as so many things do, with Crash making terrible decisions that harmed the environment. Hold it! Well. Out for a drive, huh?
Sort of.
Ugh. Do you know how much fuel you're using?
Probably a lot.
Let's see.
Oh, man. Guess it is a lot.
Yes, that's right, Crash. It is a lot of exhaust. Don't you realize that this car is dangerous to the environment? It seems you need to learn about emissions. Crash was a one-man natural disaster, a long-eared hurricane.
Why was the rabbit so attached to such an old machine anyway? I would have dismantled it and never told him.
Well, we came up with something even better. We took his rickety gas-guzzling old car and gave it an eco-friendly electric engine.
Hey, Pin, is it ready?
Hang on. Almost done. Start her up, Crash.
Hey, Chico, want to ride? It's no hot rod, but maybe I'll get used to it.
Amazing! If we were able to change Crash's mind, think of what else we could do.
That's all you remember?
Because that's the important part. He could still get his speed on with no damage to nature.
Aw, but you left out the most exciting part.
Stop! Crash!
Huh?
You're gonna, well, you know, crash! Oh no! Oh!
Can we go back for my car?
If I hadn't been there, this story would have been a tragedy instead of a comedy. So you know, you're welcome.
You're right. You sure saved the day. Now we have more stories to tell, if you'd be so kind.
I am, actually.
Look at that. The fertilizer worked.
Holy carrots! This thing's a world record!
Barry brought gardening to new heights. Literally. His pumpkin was a feat of wonder. But we weren't the only ones admiring it. Barry's land had some sneaky pests waiting to strike. And they were hungry. Crash did everything to fight them off, but they just kept coming. Oh, they were persistent.
But then the beautiful and brilliant spaceship saved the day by swooping in and carrying that old pumpkin out of reach. Once again, you're welcome.
What? That's not how it went at all. I think my avian brain remembers it better. We used science to make the pumpkin invisible. Rosa had the idea, but I put it to use. You see, I can make these videos alone.
It's your opinion that you solved it differently. I just stated alternative facts.
Yeah? And I should give you an alternative hard drive.
Come on. My version has more zing. Like a Hollywood movie.
I'll just move on to the next adventure we had.
No, please, go on.
I am on the verge of an amazing discovery in the subject of genetics.
Doko made some amazing breakthroughs in the study of DNA and made a rapidly growing carrot.
Come and look at it. Possibly the greatest achievement in the entire history of genetics. You might say that I put the gene in genius, or the genius in gene.
Or not.
Oh? But where is it? My greatest discovery! And it's gone!
Well. Never leave your expanding food items alone and unattended. Especially when your friends really love their veggies. The carrot was gone. A mysterious theft. Well, they always said veggies make you grow big and strong.
You don't see that every day.
Well, spread my fertilizer. Where on earth is, well, everything? Hello.
Get out of my way! Let go of the wheel!
We need to fly higher!
We
Just
need to
give
turn
me the
right.
wheel!
Right!
Up!
Right!
Up!
What in the turnip is this?
The situation seemed hopeless. Our tiny cries couldn't be picked up by Barry's big ears, and we would have been in trouble if not for
the brilliant, hard-working, and of course, humble spaceship.
Whoa! Why, you come here! No! Get over here!
That's wrong. It never went like that. We would never bring Barry down by force. Crash and Chico climbed right up to his big ears and made him hear us. Barry finally calmed down, and then we explained the situation. Then all was just fine.
Whatever. My version has more drama. I would know. I studied Chekhov.
And when did you have time for that? Or was this just alternative Chekhov? I think you're becoming quite the attention hog.
Actually, I found Chekhov next to that file you just downloaded. The audiobook called The 7 Habits of Highly Effective Penguins.
All right, done! That's enough. I'll go do the rest of this alone. Got it?
Come on, Pin.
Go home.
Please, just let me explain myself. I'm really sorry. I just wanted to be a part of your adventures like all your other friends. I thought how much fun it would be if I were the main character in one of your stories, even just once. I'm normally stuck in the background, biding my time, a useless set piece.
No, you're not useless. No way.
Really?
Of course, Ship. None of that would have been possible at all without you.
You're just saying that.
No, wait. I have an even better idea. A brand new story. One where you're the hero and I'm the fool who gets saved.
I like it. Apology accepted.
Hey, Ship! You can come save me now, okay? Ship? Earth to Ship! I said you can come save me! Well, maybe I should have thought this through more.
Hello? Anyone? Spaceship?
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to episode 2 of our video logs. Unfortunately, Pin couldn't make it today. I think he's busy reading self-help books. Luckily, I'm here to set the record straight on all my heroic deeds and brave adventures. I'm far more entertaining, so you're welcome in advance.
And in the new year, we'll have more adventures, more discoveries, more explorations of the unknown, more My pizza. Friend, can you stick to why we're here? This tree's heavier than it looks. Get to the point.
Skip to the end.
Yeah, all right. And so, new adventures call for a new, noble, worthy vessel, presenting... Ta-da! Behold! Spaceship Mark II. She is 5 times faster and 10 times stronger than the previous version. Is she not wunderbar?
Awesome!
It's just beautiful!
Penguin genius time! But what are those 5 times faster, 10 times stronger claims based on?
Don't worry your horned head about that. I just figured out the secret of the universe.
And what is the secret? Come on, Pin, spill it!
Well, it's quite simple. The secret is symmetry.
Right on! I knew it the whole time. What's symmetry?
Just imagine a forest that reflects in the river. Or a butterfly. Or look at your hands.
I get it. Symmetry is when one half of a thing looks like the other half of it. Like a mirror.
Not exactly. Symmetry can be different, not just reflective. For example, if we take this snowflake and we turn it, it will look exactly the same. And this type of symmetry is called radial or rotational symmetry. Symmetry appears throughout the natural world. In the biological world of plants, animals, and insects, in mineral and chemical worlds, in weather. Symmetry is all around us. In fact, symmetry permeates the entire known universe. Einstein elevated symmetry to be the primary feature of nature that constrains allowable dynamic laws. Universal symmetry can mean that all points in space are relative, and all directions in space are relative. Therefore, the laws of physics apply at any point in space.
The beauty of the universe is inherent to its symmetry. I have made this new ship absolutely symmetrical, all the way down to the smallest part, giving it improved aerodynamics and a far better resistance coefficient.
Yeah, enough talk. Let's take this baby for a spin. Where's the door?
There is one eensy-weensy issue. This grand new ship is pure perfection. It's unrivaled in its symmetry. So any dissymmetry at all would just throw everything right the heck off. Which is why a vessel of such perfection requires an equally perfect pilot. If the pilot was even an itsy-bitsy bit asymmetrical...
Then what?
There will be a big, asymmetrical bang!
Pin, my friend, are you saying you're not the perfect pilot?
9 to my shame, I'm asymmetrical.
Hey, not a problem. One of us has got to be a perfect pilot.
9, 9, 9. I never noticed it before, but every one of us is far from perfection. And now, it's all that's on my mind when I look at myself.
Life doesn't like strict boundaries. Your symmetry and geometry and stuff. At the end of the day, nobody's flawless. But so what? New adventures still await. And a new year approaches. Now, is that not beautiful, my dear Pin? Doesn't it lift your spirits up? And it's completely symmetry-free.
Totally, maybe, bringing clear and mostly sunny weather to our region. The are's average temperature is -20
is perfection. Flawless, symmetrical perfection. She's the horse of a perfect color.
Oh.
Behold, perfection itself.
I am perfection itself.
Yep. Tomorrow the entire universe will open its doors to us.
I'm just so excited! I could just kick up my heel gears.
All right, run around for a little bit then, and I will rest a little bit.
And rest is what?
Well, it's kind of like recharging my batteries.
I tell you, this will absolutely work. If we can't fly on this perfect ship, we need to make it a little less perfect then.
I'm not entirely sure Pin would approve of this idea.
Are you kidding me? He'll thank us. What the cottontail do we have here?
Ikagosha 2.0. I am perfection itself, the ideal robotic pilot for this perfect symmetrical vessel.
So are you planning to fly alone?
Fly alone.
See how far I threw that? That's like a new world record.
It's not a record. Considering the weight of the object and factoring in air resistance, it could be thrown a great deal further.
What? All right, why don't you have a go?
What would be the point of such an experiment?
Well, there's not really a point. It's just fun.
But fun doesn't make any logical sense.
Listen to perfection itself. Just admit it. You can't do it.
Yes. Proving the bunny wrong will be point enough.
Oh. All right. But can you do this? What? Well? Oh.
Well, where's this ideal pilot of yours? Pin, we've all been waiting here in the snow for half an hour.
It's New Year's Eve. I need to prepare to get my end-of-year freak on.
Yeah, what he said.
It's not in her programming to be late. All of your watches must just be running fast.
What's up, gang? Let's test fly this baby. All systems are ready.
What happened to you last night?
I discovered having fun, and it's just awesome. Happy dang New Year!
Everybody, Happy New Year!
What have you not had done? She can't pilot the ship like this. She's asymmetrical. There would be the Big Bang.
Beginning ignition countdown. 5, 4,
9.
Not 9. 3, 2, 1. Start.
See, it's all good. There wasn't even a baby bang. There might have been a bang after all.
Yo! Yo! Can you hear me?
Really? You're really all right? You just went kabang!
Yeah, it banged me all the way into the future. Seems like the universe may not be as symmetrical as you thought. And now your perfect spaceship and your perfect pilot are in the year 3013.
How can the universe not be symmetrical?
There was a time when scientists believed in absolute symmetry in physical laws, but exceptions have been discovered. One of these is the element cobalt. The laws of symmetry say that when an atom disintegrates, the atom's nucleus should radiate electrons in all directions. But the nuclei of cobalt break this rule. That's because they're magnetic, and so they only radiate electrons from their positively charged poles.
Unfortunately, this universal asymmetrical law applies to the principles of time travel as well. So I cannot return to your time.
Well, you'll be terribly missed. Still, you're safe, and that's what really matters.
Safe and very happy. Happy 1,000 years in the past New Year's.
Thanks, my friend. Happy 1,000 years in the future, New Year's.
Happy New
Year! The theory of the absolute symmetry of universal law was demolished by two American scientists, Zhengdao Li and Chen-Ning Yang. Their discovery of the infraction of the laws of symmetry in nuclear reactions was honored with the Nobel Prize in Physics in 1957.